All right, fellas, what is going on? I hope the wind doesn't kill this video. Every time I go to shoot one of these videos, the wind comes up and it just sucks. But anyways, I try to tuck back up in here off the road a little bit, so hopefully it ain't too bad. So the last video of the truck, I kind of gave you the why I bought the truck, and now this one is all about the truck. So here we go. So it's a 2020 Silverado 2500 HD. It is the work truck, so it doesn't have that many features, but the features it does have, I'm fine with. I don't need all that fancy stuff. I'm cool with. I just need a truck that's going to get it done. So let's have a walk around here. It does have the black bumpers on it. I think it looks pretty good, to be honest with you. I mean, I may color match them later. I don't know. You know, my last truck, the 2020 half-ton Custom, which was basically pretty close to this truck as far as the interior goes, I was very happy with it. But you know, I wasn't too excited about the truck in general. And I don't know what it is about a 3/4 ton long bed that just makes me excited. So I want to do some kind of exterior modifications to it. You know, I don't really want to change anything like drivetrain related or anything, but you know, just basically I'm going to start with getting the windows tinted and stuff. And then the one thing I do want to do when I'm out camping is I'm going to put a winch plate on the front and do a winch bumper, because I think that especially when I'm out camping, thunderstorm could come up, and these aren't the greatest tires in the world, even though it does have 4-wheel drive. I think that a winch would be good, and I have one at home that's brand new. So yeah, so I think I'm gonna go with that. So anyways, that is about it. And then obviously later on down the road, we'll get some bigger tires and lift it and stuff like that. But for right now, let me just show you the truck. So like I said, it is the work truck package. Very similar to the Custom. I think that the Custom that I had, the only differences were that it didn't have the little console here, which is crazy. So this is all my chargers go up in there. Works out well. This one does have the brake control. The 2020 Custom, I think the only thing additionally it had over this truck was it had the start on the fob, you know, the remote start. This one does not have that. And it had like a lighting kit in the bed. So it had some LED lights in the bed and stuff. And other than that, I really don't see a difference. So let's start with this. So it does still have, it's a work truck. It's got the plastic or like rubber or whateverized floor mats, which is cool with me, because you know, the kids just thrash, and I'm hard on my trucks. So all I do is I drive it back and forth to work, and I tow stuff, and I do everything with it. So it's got to be tough, and I don't even care. I just had the rubber mats before, and this is going to be perfect. So I'll probably get some mats to put over this just so I don't wear down the material. But anyway, so the doors are big, a lot of room for stuff. I like it. The radio sounds pretty good. I'm going to Noiko it up with some sound deadener. I still got a bunch left that I need to use, and so I'll probably do the floors, the roof, and the doors. The doors made a big difference on the Custom, or the 2020 that I had. So yeah, so I'll show you inside. Here's what the gauges look like. Pretty simple. I think the other hooked up models have, you know, more stuff around the gauges. They look a little different. Sorry about the poor lighting. It has the 7-inch display, which is fine with me. I can plug my phone in right here, my iPhone, and I can get all of the maps and you know, Apple CarPlay, all that good stuff. And other than that, everything works. It's got AC. I don't care about the auto AC here in Vegas. It's either all the way hot or all the way cold, max, and that's it. The one feature that this truck does have above the Silverado Custom that I had is the Silverado Custom only had 4 high. It didn't have 4 low, so I popped this one into 4 low. It seems pretty low, so it's gonna work out. I like that. I like to have a low, especially when I'm pulling the travel trailer, going up some dirt roads. You know, I like to just be able to cruise slow and have some more traction. It does have a G80 in it, which means that the rear end will lock automatically. Does have the interior LED lighting, and here's the back. So that's typically what it looks like. Got my you know, my backpack with first aid kit, stuff like that in it. The car seats. The kids do have plenty of room, even though this is a double cab, not a crew cab, but they still have plenty of room. So I like it. I mean, I'm good with cloth seats. I don't really need the leather. I've had cars before, the Jeep that I had, you know, had the heated steering wheel and heated seats and all that stuff, and I'm cool. I don't really need all that stuff. I just need a truck that's gonna tow some weight. You know what I'm saying? So let's look under the hood. I'll show you around under there. All right, so taking a look under the hood, it's got a 6.6 liter gas engine in it. It is the LT architecture, and it's a big boy. I think on this one here, it doesn't have any of the displacement on demand, but it does have variable valve timing, I can't say that fast. And it has stainless steel manifolds on it. So I think I've seen that on a video, which it's gonna be fine. You know, I love the LS LT engines. They work good for me. When we're done with this, it says the mileage that I'm getting is right around 13 in there since I got the truck, but I'm gonna do a top off test. So on the way back, we'll stop at the gas station, I'll top it off, and we'll see what the accurate mile per gallon is and see if it's actually 13 or higher or lower or whatever. So it does still have the tray for an extra battery that you can put in, and I think when I put the winch in, I'll probably put the extra battery right there, because why not? So it does have, well, let me try to get over here and get out of this wind. So it does have a mechanically driven fan on it. And when you're towing trailers, mechanically driven fan is, I feel like it's far superior to the electric fans. I think they can move a lot more air. So a couple things you'll know, you know, like if you're sitting, like if you're parked for 20 minutes and just idling and running the air, the electric fans may keep the AC blowing a little bit cooler than this fan, because those electric fans, they move a lot of air. They just can't move what this moves when you're cranking it up a hill, you know what I'm saying? So yeah. Another thing it does have is it does have a hydro boost for the braking system, so it does feel a little different than the half ton. The half ton is, you know, it stops well, and you barely have to put your foot on the brake when you're sitting on a light. This one here requires a little bit more pedal pressure to keep it from moving, and it's partly probably because, you know, the engine has more torque and it's pushing a little bit, but it does have a different feel, hydro boost versus just a regular like vacuum booster that the engine vacuum booster that most of them have. So anyways, that's under the hood. Nothing spectacular. She's a beast though, man. You get on this throttle, it moves, and it ain't like super fast. Like, they have it managed pretty well, but it don't really care about much. It just goes. So let's close the hood. I'll talk about a couple of other important things. Yeah. So this one does have a 36-gallon gas tank, which I like, especially when towing. The half ton did, like if you were towing, it would, once you got to about half a tank, it would freaking move through it quick. So this one here, 36 gallons, you know, it'll last for a while. I think I'm at like 270 miles on this tank, or somewhere around there. And I'm between like a quarter and a half a tank. So it does have the 2.5 hitch back here, so you got to use the sleeve. And the bed's got tons of room. Like this mofo is a big bed. It's got a lot of room, and I like that. I like, you know, it's like if you're going with a 3/4 ton or a big truck, you might as well get a big truck, because you're camping. You know, the boy, he probably want to get a motorcycle later on down the road or something like that. Bam, we could put it in the bed along with a bunch of other stuff. And I'll go over again. On the last video, I went over the payload and towing capacities. I'm going to go over that again here, so, you know, in case you missed that video. But I like it. I think it looks really nice. And we're going to do some exterior stuff to it to make it look even better. And look at the square body rolling up right here. Yeah. All right, so I'll go ahead and show you the tow mirrors. These are completely, you know, you got to do everything with them, but that's okay. So you just basically grab on them and pull them out. So they do pop out. They do have turn signals on them. And then when you're done, you just pop them back in, good to go. The interior control right here. It does control the top glass. You have to manually control the bottom glass, which, whatever, you know what I'm saying? So I know some people complain about like not having all the features, but to me, I'd rather save money on a truck than, you know what I mean? I'd rather save the money on a truck than, you know, have my convex mirror move up and down. You know what I mean? Like, I don't care about any of that. So in general, this is a no frills truck. I believe that the work truck has come a long way from previous work, like a 1990s work truck compared to this one is crazy. But anyway, so it does have a tailgate. It will drop with the key, which is pretty nice. It doesn't have an auto up, but still it's pretty nice. There's you know, it's got like a spring in there to help you close it, so even the kids can close it and stuff like that, which makes it nice. It's not a big old heavy tailgate. I do like the steps there. I really like the steps here. At first it looks kind of funny, but the functionality of that step is just like off the chart. All right, so a little bit more on the drivetrain here. It is that 6.6, as I said, the 6.6 gas. It is mated to a 6-speed automatic transmission, which I think the same one that I had in the Custom, and it seems to do just fine. And then it's mated to a 373 rear end back here. So everything under there looks nice and beef. Look at the size of that drive line, man. That mofo is huge. And look at the size of the muffler. That thing is freaking gigantic. But it's quiet inside. I like it. You know, I think I might keep this truck around for a while. Weights, see what we got going on here. So the gross vehicle weight rating, 10,500, and curb weight of 6895. So that's where that 3605 comes from. And what do we got here? Gross combined weight rating, which is truck and trailer, maxed out, 24,000 pounds. So conventional trailering is 1450. Max tongue weight is 1450, so that would be 10% of a conventional trailer is 1450. And then gooseneck shows that it's 16,650. So that is what you could do on a gooseneck or a fifth wheel. So, and then max tongue weight for a gooseneck setup would be 2490. So you can see how the payload, you know, if you put a fifth wheel on there and you use 2490, then you only have about 1,000 pounds left of payload. So you got to really look at these numbers, but I think this truck has plenty for what I'm doing with it, and I ain't really gonna sweat it. Got the overview. If you got any questions, drop them in the comment section. Tell me what you think about the truck. If you think it was a good decision to get a 3/4 ton over the 1/2 ton, which I think it was. Now, I wasn't, like I said, I wasn't too excited about the 1/2 ton. Like, I really like the look of my crew cab short bed 4-wheel drive Custom 1500, but I don't know, man, there's something about this, something about these HDs, you know what I mean, something that I just like. So hell to the yeah. So we'll be making a lot of videos on this truck. There's a lot of stuff that I want to do, and I hope you guys stick around for that. Like I said, leave me a comment down below. Let's go hit the gas station and let's check the real world mile per gallon. All right, fellas, so we rolled into the gas station here, so you can see how much gas I have left, and you can see the mileage. So that's, you know, all-time miles. That's the odometer. So just, you know, maybe what you can expect out of the range of a 36-gallon tank in one of these. And this is just like mixed city highway. You know, I live in a big city, so, you know, I'm always in traffic and stuff like that. So and then let's see what it says till empty. Hold on. So 150 mile range, so that's pretty good, you know what I mean? So, you know, if that is correct, you know, realistically you could probably get, you know, 450 miles out of a tank, which is pretty awesome, actually. So yeah, hell yeah. So when I first got the truck, right when I pulled it off of their lot, it had 35 miles on it, and when they drove it to me to test drive it, it was empty. So they filled it up right before I took delivery of it. So we're gonna minus 35 miles from 304. So let me go ahead and pump some gas, get a receipt, and then we'll go from there. So I just hit the pump, and it looks like we are at 1139. So what I ended up having to do was I took the 35 off of the 305 or whatever it was, and it ended up being 296, or no wait, 269, sorry. And then I divided that by the fuel. It took like 23 gallons. So that's it. So it was a little bit off. I think the thing said it was like 12.3, but I don't know. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? It's a big truck, and you know, not that much worse than my Jeep JLU on 37. So I don't know. I'm not too unhappy about it. Like I said, it's a big truck, so it's all good, man. So what I'll probably end up doing after I knock out this first 500 miles, so that way I could do my towing test, which hopefully we'll be doing next weekend. And then the weekend after that, I'm actually going to go camping. But next week I want to hook it up, show you the squat, and just kind of drive around with it and give you my like overall, you know, impressions of everything. So we will do that next weekend, but for right now I'm putting the 500 miles on it. That way I can get out and do my tow test, and then after that I'll probably drive it most days, but you know, probably 2 or 3 days a week I'll take the wife's Suburban with the 5.3 in it, because it gets like, you know, I don't know, 16, 17 to and from work. So yeah, so we'll do that. But anyways, appreciate you rolling with me. Like I said, you got any comments, questions, hate the truck, like the truck, leave it down below. Appreciate you guys. We'll be I'll have another one for you soon. Take her easy.